Good evening, and welcome to Spine Chilling Cinema. And I am your host, Oliver, the Caretaker Collins, along with my co-host, the Queen of Shenanigans, Alice, and her always is trusty cat, Bubbles. Yes, Alice, I know, but the show must go on. Alice and I are a little bit underneath the weather, but the show must go on. You know, when you're sick, sometimes you even have to go into work because you don't have any more sick days. Yes, Alice. You know about this, Alice, huh? But anyways, we have a feature film for you tonight, and this one's a oldie, but I think it's gonna be a goodie, Alice. Usually some of these real old ones, they took a lot more time into making them. But anyways, from 1932, Tangled Destinies. I don't know, Alice, if any of the women in the film are going to have red hair and really long red hair. I don't know, Alice. But this one is directed by Frank R. Strayer, and he has directed many films, I think about 14 Blondie films, and at least that I know of, 2 films that Spine Chilling Cinema has shown before. Condemned to Live and The Ghost Walks. Yes, indeed. You liked The Ghost Walks. Yes, indeed. Well, we should maybe like this one then. And like The Ghost Walks, this one is also a mystery film. Yes, indeed. And before you even started talking about Scooby-Doo, Alice, this is from 1932. Scooby-Doo wasn't around. How do you know? Oh boy. But with that, Alice, let us get to this film because, with us both being sick, we kind of got to not be waste too much energy and get too pooped out right away. Speak for yourself, she says. Okay. With that, without further ado, let us get to tonight's feature film from 1932, Tangled Destinies.
That was a swell landing, Randy. You could sit down on a dime in a basket full of nickels.
Yeah, I thought he was going to tail up there for a second. So did I. Well, we've got about 10 minutes to tie this baby down before that storm breaks. So that's the way the wind blows, is it?
This is no time for petty jealousy. I'm surprised at you, Tommy.
All right. Only I don't need any church to fall on me. Scotch the wheels, will you, Tommy? Okay. All right, folks, everybody out. Hurry, please. Watch your step, miss.
Say, if you're a pilot, I'm the hump on a camel's back.
Thank you.
Better to get there late than not at all, young lady.
Oh, thanks, Granny.
May I help you? You could hold Peter Pan, if you will, while I straighten my hat. Thank you.
Come on, honey. Watch your step, please. Everything's all right. Because everything's all right now, so don't get excited.
Oh, I don't mind. I love excitement.
Oh, may I take your bag?
Oh, thank you. I took quite a jolt.
Well, I'm sorry. This is not a regular landing field, you know.
Don't misunderstand me, my boy. I'm not finding fault.
Neither am I. But when I lit with my chin on the back of that chair popped me on the jaw, I almost took the count.
Well, I'll try and do better the next time.
Oh, you done pretty good. I'm glad we're on terracotta again, anyhow.
Terra firma, my dear boy.
Okay, Professor. Anyhow, I'm glad we're on terracotta, not wandering around up there in that bowl of soup.
I'll say.
Where are we, Captain?
About 300 miles east of Los Angeles.
What?
Well, I got the wheels all blocked. Okay, Tommy, while I tell the folks what it's all about, you get the stakes, ropes, and clamps, and we'll tie her down.
Okay.
I'll help you, Tommy. How about their luggage?
Any of you folks want your grips? We might be here all night.
All night?
Oh, we can't do that. We can't stay here all night.
Well, there's a house right over there.
Whose is it?
Well, your guess is just as good as mine, Mr. Hartley.
But will they allow us to stay there?
Well, the only way we can find out is by asking.
Oh, but it's important that I get to Los Angeles tonight.
Yes, but it's more important you get there alive.
Oh, but don't you understand, Captain? I
Now,
don't get...
just a minute. Now listen, folks. I sat our ship down here because the radar reports warn us that there's a 100-mile gale sweeping eastward through the San Gorgonian Pass, and the nearest emergency field's on the other side of the range, and we'd never have made it. I didn't want to turn back to 21. There's no use chancing it in this fog. Now, this is just a spot to land on, and that's all. And we're lucky we found it.
What right have you to dump us down here in the middle of nowhere and then calmly inform us that we'll be here all night? I think it's positively silly.
Oh, don't be ridiculous, young lady. This man was only thinking of our lives.
I'm due to open a show tomorrow night in Frisco. I'll be a wreck. If he hadn't landed us here when he did, we'd have all been wrecked.
I heartily approve of your decision, Captain.
And so do I, young man. Oh, tend to your knitting, will you? My knitting. My knitting! Has anybody seen my knitting? Please. Knitting?
Well, if we have to stay here all night, your father will arrive in Los Angeles ahead of us, and that will throw a monkey wrench into our plans.
You got her all tied down, Tommy? Okay. Come on, everybody. We'll have to make a run for it. All right, everybody, are we all here? One, two, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I'm here. 10.
So am I.
11. You're 12.
And I seem to be 13.
13?
Good night.
What's good about it?
Huh? Oh. Anyone try the lights?
I tried the lights, Captain. The current is off.
Well, the doorbell rang. It's on batteries, I guess. There's probably a generating system in the cellar. Come on, Tommy, let's see. Need any help? No, thanks. It's just a simple matter. Let's go, Tommy.
Right, coming.
Ah, here she is, Tommy.
You're right again.
Looks like it hadn't been used for some time. Well, we're in luck. We have gas anyway. Hey, throw in that switch, Tommy. There you are, boy. Yeah, there you are. Hey, wait a minute. Come on, out with it. You've had a grouch on ever since we've left Albuquerque.
Well, a fine friend you turned out to be.
Now, what do you mean by that?
You know very well what I mean. The idea of you walking off with Ruth last night and leaving me flat.
Well, we waited for you for a whole hour.
Well,
My watch was slow.
Yeah, you was in that joint shooting crap.
Well, that's my business.
Now, you stood Ruth up on 3 or 4 dates. Is it a crime because I take her to a movie when you don't show?
And I suppose you're all broken up about it, too.
No, you act like a little schoolboy. If I did the right thing, I'd turn you across my lap and give you a darn good spanking.
If you did the right thing and stopped chiseling.
Hi down there. How about some light?
Aren't you getting any up there?
No, it's darker than the black hole of Calcutta.
That's the fuse, probably. Yep, here it is.
Ah, glad that happened.
Well, folks, here we are.
But where are we?
Huh? Oh,
Well, we may as well make ourselves at home.
I don't like this delay.
Hello, condensed soup. Hey, Tommy, bring it upstairs. We'll feed our wandering sheep.
What's the matter with him? Is he paralyzed?
If you think I admire you for acting like this, you're mistaken.
Hey, wait a minute. Give me that. Now listen, Ruth, I don't want...
I'm in no mood to talk, and neither are you.
well, this is some junk they got here.
I beg your pardon.
Well, you know, a swell layout. Oriental rugs and everything.
Well, I'd trade it all for a good bowl of chop suey. You know, chop suey was really invented by an Irishman.
I'm quite certain of it, madame.
Miss Prudence Daggett.
Senor Lane, Miss Daggett, at your service.
Thank you. Then remove this cover.
Anything I can do?
Well, we might as well make ourselves comfortable. Why don't you take all the covers off the furniture?
Sure.
I tell you, Professor, in the eyes of the law, we are housebreakers. No more, no less.
Well, from a purely legal standpoint, yes. But from a humanitarian viewpoint, no. I have no doubt that the owner of this mansion would welcome our presence here, were he acquainted with our predicament.
Well, it's lucky that I'm not the owner. I'd throw us all out.
Why, Floyd, you'd do no such thing. You'd tell us to make ourselves comfortable and serve coffee and sandwiches.
Well, I can't guarantee you all that, but I found some soup in the kitchen. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
I vote for that too, Captain.
Well, that's fine. Now then, who'll help?
I will. No, you won't. I will. You sit right down and rest. I'll help him. Thank you, dear. That's sweet of you. Coming, Floyd?
No. Too many cooks spoil the broth.
Captain. Yes, sir. Don't you think we're going a trifle too far? After all, my boy, we're uninvited guests, you know.
Oh, tush, tush, your reverence. If that's all that's worrying you, why, we can take up a collection and leave it with a note of thanks. The Lord would understand if he owned this house, and whoever owns this house is one of the Lord's children. I hope.
Let us trust that he is.
You know, that collection is a good idea. Thanks, Granny.
I'm full of good ideas.
Well, Reverend, what do you say? Do we sip soup or wish we had?
I dare say the Lord will understand.
Well, do we start?
Come on, dear.
If you'll excuse me, I think I'll light a fire. It's a bit chilly.
All right, Captain.
Need any help?
No.
You know, that pilot had one swell idea when he mentioned soup. It reminded me of one time when I was in training.
Really?
Contract?
Thank heaven. Where'd you get the cards?
Oh, I always carry them. And this too. Peanut brittle?
No, thanks.
Peanut brittle? No, thank you. Peanut brittle?
Why, thanks. I haven't had any of this stuff since I was a kid.
Peanut brittle?
Thank you, no. Say, Hartley, the way you handled Gibbs in that Blandon expose was a brilliant example of criminal defense.
Oh, you followed the case?
Yes, very closely. I've been interested in law for many years. Criminal cases especially.
An odd hobby for a professor of mathematics. But no stranger than mine for a plain businessman.
What is this strange hobby of yours, Mr. Falk?
Renaissance miniatures.
Rather expensive, isn't it?
Yeah. but I don't indulge it. Diamond. Spade. Pass.
Well, let me see. I don't know exactly what to do. 5 clubs.
Bidding for game, huh? I'll double 5 clubs just on general principles.
Pass?
Pass. Hard, huh? No thanks.
Oh, that was an easy trick, wasn't it?
Yep, that's pretty easy. Two, just our book.
Mind if I look on?
Certainly not. Would you care to play?
Oh, no. Contract's one of the veiled mysteries as far as I'm concerned.
There are a lot of people in the same fix, Miss Van Buren. Professor, no diamonds?
No, all clubs.
Well, you played it and made it. I didn't think you had a chance.
You have a cigarette?
Surely.
I'm sorry.
Oh, that's all right. It's been dropped before. Never mind.
Now, don't forget, Hartley, that club was doubled.
I've got it down.
Got a match?
Yes.
Running up quite a score, partner.
We haven't started yet this way.
Ah, there you are.
Well, sit down.
Thank you. You're a prize fighter, aren't you?
Was, lady, was. But I saved my pile and quit 2 years ago.
Ever been knocked out?
Me? Knocked out? Why, listen, lady. You could hammer on that thing for 2 days, and I'd never feel a thing.
Really?
That's a fact.
I saw you cold on the mat for 2 minutes when you fought Sweeney.
Oh, yes. That was an accident.
The cleanest, sweetest accident I ever saw.
Huh? Oh.
That's the best I can do for you, partner. Thank you, partner. Excuse me, please.
Yes?
Dummy, Miss Van Buren.
I'm sorry.
Oh, pardon. Good play. Well, we made it, partner. Oh, fine. I didn't know whether you could or not.
Mr. Buchanan, will you remove that fire screen? It's getting cold in here.
Oh, sure.
It's old age creeping on.
Yeah.
My, they're slow with that soup, aren't they?
By golly, that's right. Gee, I'm so hungry, my stomach thinks my throat's cut. Maybe I better go see what's holding them up.
Do, will you?
Sure. Biscuits. I smell biscuits. Hi, fella. Say, are you a magician?
We found a package of ready-mixed biscuit flour and some condensed milk, if you call that magic.
Is that soup or is that soup?
Everything will be ready in just a minute, old man.
Need any help?
Yes, you can help Mr. What's your name?
Randy.
You can help get the dishes. We'll eat in here.
Righto. Come on, folks. The chief cook and bottle washer says she wants some dishes.
Dinner plate, soup plate, spoons, and napkins.
Righto. Say, how long you been married?
Why, I'm not married. What made you think I was married?
Well, aren't you?
Not yet.
Oh, you're going to be, is that it?
To Mr. Martin, if our luck holds out. We're eloping.
Oh, that's too bad.
Too bad.
Well, for me, first I think you're married and resign myself to a cruel trick of fate.
Oh, the biscuits.
The biscuits.
How's that?
I knew it, I knew it. Here all these years I've waited for a girl who could make biscuits, and when she comes along, she's engaged. Hi-ho.
Our hearts bowed down. It's a cold, cruel world, my friend.
Hey, you think I'm kidding?
Don't tell me you're not. Here, you poor heartbroken boy. This'll make you feel better. What was that?
Perhaps we'd better investigate.
Let's see what it was.
We've been hit.
Floyd, where are you?
Over here by the arch. Are you all right?
Yes, are you?
Yes, stay where you are. I'll find you.
Keep calm, everybody. We just blew out a fuse. We'll have light again in a second.
Miss Daggett, where are you? Here I am. Oh, I wish I'd taken a train.
Tommy, where's that flashlight?
I think it's in the kitchen. Hey, fella, need any help?
No, thanks.
Something must have hit a window.
Sounded like glass breaking to me. Not yet. Any trouble?
I must have gotten hold of a blown out fuse.
Need any help?
No, it's okay now.
Just a door slamming. Calm yourselves, ladies. Calm yourselves.
Floyd, something touched my arm.
Be quiet, Doris. It's just the wind. Now, don't let yourself get excited.
Well, if we were in Kansas, I would say this was a cyclone.
Quite a storm. I've never seen a worse one.
Now, aren't you glad you're not up in the air? How I'm glad.
Well, now that that's over, how about the eats?
Well, everything's all ready. This way to the kitchen, folks.
After you, madam.
Miss, please, your reverence. Miss Prudence Daggett.
I beg your pardon. Quite a character, that dear little lady. Indeed. After you, please. Thank you. Well,
Now, just a minute.
why, what's the matter, Professor?
Where's Mr. Forbes?
Why, he was here just a moment ago.
Well, I know that.
Say, what's all the excitement?
Forbes! Forbes! You, Preston. See if he's in the kitchen.
Hey, how are you ordering?
Now, don't talk, but do as I tell you.
Do as he tells you, Tommy.
See here, sir.
Now, just a minute, Hartley.
What?
Forbes! Forbes! Where are you?
Come, Professor. Don't you think some explanation is in order?
All in due course, Mr. Hartley. The important thing now is to locate Mr. Forbes.
Yes, but...
Well, he ain't going very far in this storm. Seems to me you're trying to make a mountain out of an anthill.
Oh,
Was he there, Tommy?
course not. I could have told him that if he'd want to listen for a second.
Yes, what could you have told me?
That 4 of us were standing there in that arch. Anybody going into the kitchen would have had to walk through us. That's what.
That's right, Professor. I think you better tell them what we know, Mr. McGinnis.
McGinnis? Why?
Keep quiet, Captain. I'll do all the talking.
Say, first you're Professor Marmont, and then you're McGinnis. Now, what's this all about?
Yeah, let us in on this, will you?
That door! It's opening!
Forbes! Forbes!
What?
Yes? Randall! It's gone. Yes. We'd better get him upstairs, and hurry, too. Give us a hand, will you, fellows?
Sure.
Preston, keep your eye on that door. You understand?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, pull yourself together, young woman. Pull yourself together. You look a sensible kind of woman. Take care of these girls. Williams, take them into the living room.
Certainly. Come, ladies.
You go along.
Margaret.
Yes?
There's a phone in the alcove next to the living room. See if it's connected. Find out where we are and get the operator to put you in touch with the doctor. Now, hurry.
All right.
Get some water, man. In the kitchen. Hurry.
What is it, Preston?
Sounds like someone in this room.
Murderers don't advertise their presence.
Then Forbes is dead.
Hit on the head with some heavy object. Basal fracture of the skull. Cerebral hemorrhage. Never regained consciousness.
That crash we heard. The wind blowing this branch through that window. That explains it.
It explains more than that. The reason that Forbes had wet sand in his hair and the back of his collar. Whoever hit him with this had the strength of an ox. Come on.
Did you find anything?
This. Well, I'll explain that later, Professor.
All right. Where's your wood?
Blown through the window.
Yeah.
Is he dead?
Yes.
What about the phone?
It's disconnected.
All right, folks, sit down. We'll have a little talk.
Welcome back. And oh, Granny is hilarious. Alice agrees. Granny is great in this film. And I gotta admit, I'm really enjoying the film. It's definitely old and definitely, not the highest quality of film. But nonetheless, Granny is great. And it just seems to be a lot of these old mystery films where they have the character Granny. It's always the best character. Always. And at the beginning, we find out her bird that's in the cage is named Peter Pan. Right away, I knew this film had to be at least pretty decent for that, because that's hilarious. And then she talks to the prize fighter, and the prize fighter doesn't know that Granny actually is a boxing fan, so he starts kind of like talking himself up that he never got knocked out. And she's like, well, what about this time? And then, that's funny as well. Yes. Oh, boy. Alice's favorite part other than Granny is Randy. She thinks he's handsome. Oh, boy. Okay. Well, a little fun fact about him. Oh, please tell, she says. Oh, boy. His name is Gene Morgan. You like Randy better. But anyways, he was born in Racine, Wisconsin. Can we go visit him? I don't think that's possible, Alice, anymore. What do I mean? I don't want to get all morbid. Don't break your hopes and dreams. Oh boy. But anyways, yes, this film, really enjoying it. Really enjoying it. Good question, Alice. Alice wants to know, speaking of mysteries, who invented the mystery story or mystery genre? Well, it's not known for sure, but a lot of people give credit to Edgar Allan Poe and his first story in 1841, Murders in the Rue Morgue. Yes, Alice, it's also an Iron Maiden song. No, the song didn't come first. Oh boy, but we hope you're enjoying tonight's show, and if you are, you can always go to our Facebook page, show your support for the show, and give us a like. Just go to Facebook, go type in Spine Chilling Cinema, you'll see our page. Comment if you like as well, but Alice is the moderator of that, and she's done some things to people who said mean things. I'm not going to go into details because I don't want to be on that side of the law. That's all Alice. But anyways, with that, without further ado, let us get back to the second half of this mystery murder film. We just found that out, didn't we? Yes, it is a murder film as well. From 1932, Tangled Destinies.
Now, I'll come to the point. My name is not Marmont, it's McGinnis. I am not a professor of mathematics, but a special agent in the employ of the company which insured $500,000 worth of diamonds, which Mr. Forbes was to have delivered to Mayor Seal and Mayor of Los Angeles. Mr. Forbes is dead, and the gems are missing. Therefore, it appears that someone in this group is a thief as well as a murderer. That person clubbed him to death with this.
I dare say you have credentials to prove your assertion.
Most certainly. I expected you to ask that, Mr. Hartley.
No offense intended, you understand.
Quite all right.
You've made rather a serious accusation.
Circumstances warrant it.
Did anyone else know this consignment?
I did.
Huh? What? You knew?
Yes. Mr. McGinnis told me about it at Albuquerque. He thought I should know, in order that I might take due precautions.
I see. Anyone else?
No, not that I know of.
May I see this?
Why, certainly. You won't find any fingerprints on it, if that's what you're looking for.
I wasn't looking for fingerprints, my dear fellow.
Then what?
By a process of elimination, I believe that we might arrive at a conclusion.
Conclusions don't count.
Conclusions often lead to a conviction.
All right, Mr. Hartley, when you get through, let me know.
I shall. Let me see. How were the gems carried?
The chamois bag?
How many were there?
47.
$500,000 for 47 diamonds. For the large stones, what?
They were all pure white and perfectly matched.
By a process of elimination, we can dispose of the ladies, I believe. They were chattering like magpies during the entire time the lights were out. And besides, None of them seems capable of strong-arming anyone or using this. You'll admit that.
Well, that sounds reasonable.
The captain here, he was in the cellar, so we can dispose of him.
Yes, but the captain may have been in collusion with the thief for all you know.
What do you mean by that, McGinnis? Come, Captain. Let's not go off half-cocked. Admitting that there's a possibility the captain may nevertheless have been in the cellar, I suggest that the rest of us be searched, including yourself.
Certainly. I was just about to propose that myself.
Well, you can start with me.
Me too. I want to find a bed somewhere and get some sleep.
I shall submit to the indignity. I have no objection. How about you, Mr. Buchanan?
Nothing doing. There ain't nobody searching me, see?
You force us to a regrettable conclusion.
Conclusions don't prove nothing.
You're practically admitting your guilt, Buchanan.
Guilt my eye. I was in the hall all the time and you know it.
If you have nothing to conceal, you have nothing to fear.
I know my rights. This ain't no court, and there ain't nobody searching me, see? That's final.
Oh, quit your stalling, Buchanan.
Lay your hands on me and I'll knock you cold.
Don't do it, Mr. Buchanan. I've got the diamonds.
What?
Where did you get these?
In my knitting bag. I have no idea how it got there.
In your knitting bag.
Merciful heavens.
Yeah, look at one of those.
Well, I guess so, yes. What was the joke?
The joke's on false. If you thought he was carrying diamonds, but these things are paste.
What?
They're
not genuine?
Why, paste, you're crazy.
Phonies. Rock crystals. Worth about $5 a piece. If you don't think so, look at this. You see? It won't even scratch glass.
Well,
I know but very little about these things, but I agree with you, Mr. Hartley. They do lack brilliancy.
Well, I'm darned if I don't think you're right.
Well, what do you think?
Now,
that was a nice thing. Somebody was on the Well, what do you make of it, my dear Watson?
Somebody thought these things were real. Discovering they were paste, ditched them. There's a man dead out there on account of these things. As far as I see it, Hartley, it's nothing to joke about.
Only McGinnis. You're quite right. Well, what next?
Say, Buchanan, why were you so anxious not to get searched?
Huh? Oh. Well, if you want to know, I had some picture postcards in my pocket that ain't nobody else's business but mine, see?
Mr. Buchanan.
Well, he asked, so I told him.
Just a minute. Where are you going?
I'm in the kitchen to get some eats.
I'm with you on that. Come on, Doris.
Nobody's going to leave this room.
Now, just a second, old man. Mr. Buchanan pointed out we're not on trial. It's not likely that any of us will try to escape in such a storm. Now, I suggest that you calm down. And while you do so, we'll all have something to eat. Afterward, if you wish, we can talk as much as you want to. Meantime, the ladies are tired, and some of us are hungry.
Bully for you, Hartley. Let's eat.
Why is it that you're so anxious to eat all of a sudden?
My privilege. All right, Captain. Will you escort us to the kitchen?
Gladly. All right, everybody. This way.
Come along, dearie. I believe I'll stay by the fire.
The biscuits are very nice.
Wow, it burned.
Now, how is this going?
Well,
Here it is. Thank you, my boy.
Mr. Hartley, will you have more soup?
No, thanks.
I need more vinegar.
I will, thanks.
No?
No, thanks.
Mr. Buchanan says he'll have some more soup. All right. The good thing we found that can opener. He'd probably starve to death. Thank you, dearie. And never forget that the way to a man's heart is through his stomach. Plenty more soup and...
Excuse me, gentlemen.
You won't have any more?
No, thank you.
Won't you have some more soup, Mr. Martin?
No, thanks. I don't care much for canned things.
Beggars can't be choosers.
Boy, that is true.
That's right.
Oh, boy, there's my third bowl.
Oh, Ruth.
Yes? What is it?
Well, I'm sorry the way I acted.
Well, you ought to be.
Well, I am.
Keep that up and you'll be in the doghouse again.
Well, I most always am anyway.
Only when that jealous disposition of yours gets the better of you. Oh, Tommy, don't do it again.
All right. I'll be good.
Have you apologized to Randy yet?
Yeah, just a minute ago. He seems to be doing all right, doesn't he?
Yes. Leave it to Randy. He knows.
Yeah. Oh, he does he?
Tommy?
All right.
Oh. Oh, it's you.
Not so loud.
I thought you'd come.
Who the devil are you?
Monica Van Buren?
What did you mean by what you wrote on that card?
You don't know?
No, I don't.
Then I'll tell you. Oh. 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 Miss Daggett, are you ill? I guess it's a little close in here. Would you help me into the other room? Why, certainly.
Need any help?
No, thank you. I guess I'm just getting on. Come along, dearie. All right.
That's a lie. I was never married to Millicent Dorn.
You can't get away with that. Not with me. Millicent and I were on the road together the year after you ditched her and the kid. She showed me your picture and told me the whole rotten story.
Where is she now?
In New York, working in a burlesque show for $22.50 a week.
What do you want?
You're going to tell that kid the elopement's off.
You're crazy. Why, that girl's worth a fortune.
Make your choice. Either you tell her or I will. That won't be necessary, Miss Van Buren. Here's your ring, Floyd. I'm glad I found out in time.
Damn you.
Thank you. That's all right, kid. I didn't want to see you get a raw deal. I appreciate what you've done very much. Forget it. Well, now that that's over, I guess I'll get some soup. Excuse me? You're all right. You're telling me?
Well, aren't you going to cry?
No, I think not. He isn't worth it.
Don't mind me. I've cried a few times in my life. It helps.
Miss Daggett,
Yes, dearie.
you weren't really ill, were you?
Never been sick a day in my life.
Then you knew.
Better you found out now than later.
You're a dear. You know, Miss Daggett, it's the funniest thing. Why, I don't seem to be suffering at all.
That pilot chap's a handsome devil, isn't he?
Which one?
You know the one I mean, young lady. Now run along.
Maybe I had better go and help him.
Miss Daggett,
Thank you, Mr. Ling.
it is my pleasure to serve you.
May I come in?
Hello, Miss Daggett. Won't you join us?
Thank you. You don't mind?
Not in the least.
I heard them all preparing to leave the kitchen. I thought you two might want to know.
Say, Granny, you're all right.
In the words of Miss Van Buren, you're telling me?
Very good.
Feel better, Mr. Martin?
Yes, I do. Well, Miss Button, that's an excellent idea.
Thank you.
Oh, very good. Oh, hello, McGinnis. Well, shall we have that little talk now?
Oh, Tommy!
Right here, dear.
Now, what's the matter? Where was Moses when the light went out?
Hey, Gordon, fix that fuse again, will you?
Okay, I'll be right with you. You two sit right here. It'll only take a minute.
This way, Miss Van Buren. Don't stumble.
What a night this turned out to be.
Is that you, Gordon?
Yep.
Well, make it snappy, will you?
Okay. Oh, I'm sorry.
That's all right. It's only me.
Excuse me, Ruth.
Ruth, give me your hand. That's my hand you're holding, Miss Ruth.
Oh.
Where's that darn cellar door?
I'll bite. Where is it?
Ouch!
I'm sorry, lady.
Oh, I'm used to it by now. This place is giving me the jitters.
Hey, Tommy, give me a match. I'm all out.
I haven't got any.
Here's one.
Thanks. Ah, here it is.
Need any help?
No, if I do, I'll yell.
Okay, boy.
There's a short in the main line. It keeps blowing out the fuse. I'll bridge it across with my knife and see if I can't burn out the short. Or burn the house down.
Hurry up down there, will you?
Hey, give me a break, will you? I'm doing the best I can.
Oh, that's better.
Something.
Well, McGinnis, we can have that chat now if you want to. I'll tell you.
Myself the next time. Well, yeah. We hope we got a good view.
Oh!
Here, what's the matter, old man? Are you hurt?
Somebody slugged me. When you went down them stairs, somebody popped me.
Well, what do you mean?
Just that. When the lights went out, somebody sneaked up behind me and strong-armed me and dragged me back into this passage and... McGinnis! McGinnis!
So what's the matter?
I've been robbed.
Robbed? Robbed? Of what?
For $500,000 worth of diamonds, that's what.
Diamonds? What the devil are you talking about?
I'll tell you what, and I'll tell everybody else in this outfit. Somebody here's a dirty, slugging, double-crossing...
Stop it! Now calmly, Buchanan, if you can. Tell me just what you're talking about.
Well, ain't that what I'm trying to do? I'm standing in that passageway to the kitchen when somebody strong-arms me. I tries to yell, but he's got my gullet plugged, and all I can do is make a squawking sound. Then I lets loose and takes a crack at him, but only lands a glancing blow on his jaw. Then bongo! He clunks me on the back of the head and steals the real diamonds out of my pocket.
The real diamonds?
Yeah, the real diamonds.
Button. Who's got the button?
All right, Martin. Now let me get this straight. You say you were carrying the real diamonds?
Yeah, I was. I don't know anything about that junk Forbes was carrying. I never even heard of the guy before, or seen him, until he got on the plane at Chicago. The company didn't trust him, I guess, because unbeknownst to you, or you either, buddy, I was carrying the real goods, see? Somebody in this room's got him, and I'm going to get him back if I have to tear everybody to pieces to do it.
Oh, none of that now.
Keep your hands off me. I don't trust you anymore, and I do the rest of them. Where's that slant-eyed chink?
Were you speaking of me, sir?
Yeah, I'm speaking to you, sir. Where have you been? Where were you when somebody conked me on the bean out there? There you are. Look at that scratch. That's where I slugged him one.
I shall answer any question you may care to ask me, Mr. McGinnis.
Oh, is that so? Well, I'll just...
Hold him there.
Oh, let it go. Come on now. What'd you do with them diamonds?
Mr. McGinnis,
Cut it,
will you?
Captain.
I know how to handle this case.
Yeah, like you did Forbes up there. He's dead, and it's lucky I ain't.
Oh, sit down. Sit down, everybody.
All over that again, I suppose. I don't believe that.
Come on, folks. Come on. Get in. Now, as Mr. Hartley would say, we'll see if we can't reach a few conclusions. Someone in this group is a murderer and a thief.
We know all that. Get down to cases.
And as I started to say, we're going to find out which one of us it is.
Gone. Get gone.
Well?
Not a thing, old man, not a thing. As you were saying, some one of us is a murderer and a thief. I question your right to the assertion of the fact. But, nevertheless, proceed. Proceed.
A conclusion, old man. Merely a conclusion. And conclusions sometimes lead to convictions.
Your trick.
Thanks. Now I have here something found in the room where Mr. Forbes met his death. An object by its own peculiar nature. We must necessarily, and by a simple elementary deduction, associate with Mr. Ling.
There you are. What did I tell you?
What, Mr. Ling? Why?
This is yours, Ling?
No.
Come on, you. Quit stalling.
Remove your hand.
Stop it, Buchanan.
Well, you didn't expect him to admit it was his, did you?
I know that it is yours, Ling, because I saw you with it in the plane about an hour after we left Albuquerque.
Ah.
On that you base your conclusion?
On that I base my conclusion.
Now, just a minute, old man. As you so aptly observe, conclusions are often wrong.
Now, see here.
Now, my dear fellow, you're wrong. All wrong.
Oh, yeah?
I suppose you're going to try and prove it belongs to somebody else.
I'm afraid I must. Because it does. Really. It belongs to me.
To you?
To me. Mr. Ling, Mr. Forbes and I were discussing Chinese art. During the course of the evening, Mr. Ling commented on the ivory as a perfect example of Nitschke carving. As Mr. Forbes admired it greatly, I presented it to him with my compliments.
Mr. Forbes is not here to corroborate that statement.
Ah, but Mr. Ling is.
Your trick, Mr. Hartley.
Thanks, Mr. McGinnis.
Well, Ling, what about it? Did Hartley give this thing to Forbes?
I did not see him do so, but I'm quite willing to credit his assertion that he did.
Hey, what's that, Ling?
I'm sorry.
Well. Your trick, Mr. McGinnis.
Thanks.
Aren't you going to question Mr. Ling about his wound? That too requires explanation. Sorry.
I believe you, sir.
Ah, cut this Alphonse and gas and stuff and get down to cases.
Oh, shut up, Buchanan. Buchanan says he slugged someone on the cheek.
Yeah, with my ring, see? Look at that scratch on his face.
Where were you?
I heard talking in the hall. Shortly afterwards, someone entered from the connecting passage. Whoever it was heard me move an alarm, damn near a blow, caused unconsciousness.
Ah, that's a lot of bawbaw.
Have you any idea just whom this may have been?
If you will permit me to proceed in my own way, I may be able to answer Mr. Hartley's most pertinent question.
Shoot.
Thank you. Pardon me? Pardon me? Pardon me, Miss Daggett. Pardon me? Pardon me.
Well?
If I intrude for a moment into your field, Mr. McGinnis, I trust you understand that it is only with a desire to be of assistance. Based on the premise that the thief will not keep the diamond on his person. Thank you. That the person who passed through the alcove also passed through this room.
That's right, someone did. We heard him, didn't we?
Thank you, Miss Daggett. And then on into the hall, present there when the lights came on.
Well, that sounds well enough. But your bird of passage could have more easily been you than anyone else.
But your bird of passage left a trail, the scent of lavender.
And?
Perhaps Dr. Wingate might be able to assist you.
Why,
This is preposterous, that one of the cloth. Mr. McGinnis, are you going to permit this insinuation?
We have only your word that you detected the odor of lavender from this mysterious person, whom, as you say, passed through the alcove and into this room.
He's just trying to hang on to the dock, that's all. Come on now. No more stalling. We know you took him. Where'd you hide him?
One moment, Buchanan. McGinnis, may I ask Ling a few questions?
I'll ask a few myself, Hartley. We're going round in circles like a dog chasing its tail.
Diamonds, old man. Diamonds.
Well, don't forget, Hartley, we've only your word for it that you gave Forbes that ivory.
By Jove, I've forgotten. I'm still a suspect.
You're in just as tough a spot as Ling.
Here they are.
What?
Huh? Why, where did you get those from, Bob?
Stand where you are. Bring him here, Grandma.
Say, you can't get away with that, Wingate.
Oh, can't I? Don't try it, Buchanan. I warn you. Come on, Grandma. I'm in a hurry. Stay where you are. Get it up there. What are you doing with her? Give me.
Randy, be careful.
Here. What? Oh, you're the rat that slugged me, huh?
Randy, are you hurt?
Oh, boy. And I was going to ask him to marry us.
Welcome back. And oh, Granny saved the day. She's a sneaky one, isn't she, Alice? That's why you like her. Yeah, I'd have to say the same thing. I like her more than just her sneakiness. But that's good as well. Oh, man. And I did not think it was going to be the man of the cloth to be the one that was the murderer. I am surprised. But it's better to be surprised about a mystery film than already know halfway through who did what. Yes, indeed. Yes, Alice, there was no butler in this one, so there was no butler. Yes, we know what you think. The butler always did it. Yes, Alice. Oh, boy, but review and ranking time of this film. You want to go first? Okay. You liked Randy because he was handsome. Okay. Granny was hilarious, and you liked her comedy and her wiseness. Wise like an owl, you say. Okay. I don't know who you heard that from. Oh, you didn't like that joke. Okay, Alice. But what about the ranking? She's given this film an 8.5 out of 10. 8.5. Okay, Alice. All right. Well, I'm pretty much on the same boat as you, even though, yes, Randy is a good-looking actor, but, whatever. But my thing was this movie moved along very well. There wasn't too much downtime. There was a lot of dialogue, but that's kind of around the time the early film, that's kind of, they didn't have a lot of special effects and stuff, so they had to deal with what they had. Editing was not too bad in this one. I know, Alice, you don't care about editing. That's my thing. I know I'm a stickler for that. And, I wouldn't say this movie's groundbreaking, but it's solid. And I'm not going to quite go as high as an 8.5 because this whole mystery dark house thing has been done before, but the comedy and the characters were all pretty memorable. I will give it an 8 out of 10 shovels. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Yes, I know, Alice. That movie was short, and we do have quite a bit of time left. Yes, indeed. Alice usually picks a cartoon, so you don't have nightmares of the show or a bad taste in your mouth. But since this movie was a little shorter than normal, me and Alice have decided we are going to show you a little, not super short film, but not an hour long. I'd say it's probably about, 25 minutes long, Alice? That sounds about right. And we're not going to tell you what it is. We want it to be a surprise. That doesn't mean that you'll like it or hate it. We'll see. But if you do end up liking this one, there are many more that maybe we'll show when the shows are shorter as well. So with that, we hope you have a great rest of your night. Sleep tight and don't let the bed bugs bite. Alice, you've never heard that saying, huh? Okay, well, whatever. But anyways, from all of us at Spine Chilling Cinema, thank you for watching and starting your weekend right with a fright. And as always, we cannot wait to see you again.
This is the voice of the scarab, Wilson. I command you to drive your tower over the cliff. The scarab is speaking to you, Evans. You have reached the end. You will walk to the window and step out into eternity. You are under the power of the scarab, Jackson. Your weapon is in the right-hand drawer of your desk. Use it.
The death of Harold Jackson, well-known attorney, is another link in the chain of mysterious crimes known as the Purple Death Murders. In each case, a subtle, unknown poison has been found in the bloodstream of the dead man, and each victim clutched in his hand a jeweled scarab. The scarab, ironically, was the symbol of eternal life among the ancients. It is significant that all of the murdered men were actively or financially connected with a recent scientific expedition into the ancient Mayan ruins of Central America. The authorities are completely baffled, and the mayor has called District Attorney Grant Gardner to appear before a meeting in the office of Police Commissioner Dryden.
Well, Mr. Mayor. And how are you, Commissioner?
Hello, Grant. The commissioner's been alibying his failure to turn up anything in these Purple Death Murders. What are your excuses, Mr. Gardner?
I don't make excuses, but I do have a definite plan.
And that is?
I'd rather not discuss it now. You'll have to be patient. You remember the commissioner and I have cleaned up crime waves in this town before.
Yes, but that mysterious Captain America did most of your work for you. If we could only contact him now.
I feel certain that this new crime wave will bring him out of hiding to help us.
And I hope so. We're up against a new type of scientific criminal. One that we'll never find in the usual haunts of crime.
I tell you, Dr. Maldo, there's a curse on everyone connected with that Mayan expedition. Jackson's gone, and Wilson, and Evans. Why, you or I may be the next victim of the Scarab's purple death.
My dear Professor Lyman, you're overexcited. Calm yourself. Here, have a cigar.
Thank you.
Sit down, Professor, sit down. If there is an ancient curse upon us, this scarab who invokes it must be peculiarly mercenary. These men you have named are known to have withdrawn large sums of money from their banks just prior to their deaths.
That's true. But I'm not wealthy.
Ah, but the scarab wants other things. Rare jewels, paintings, antiques. He also wants scientific secrets such as you possess.
Just what do you mean?
The scarab wants the plans of the thermodynamic vibration engine which you have invented.
How did you find out about my vibrator?
The scarab has his own methods of obtaining information.
You? The scarab?
Yes. I'm the scarab. It is my vengeance which is striking at all of you. It was my expedition. I uncovered the secret information and laid the plans which made it successful. And how was I rewarded? I was made the curator of an insignificant museum, while the rest of you received the fame and wealth that should have come to me. You can't touch that phone. Sit down. For the short time you have to live, your mind is completely under my control. You must obey my commands. You are a slave of the Purple Death.
Purple Death? But how?
The fumes from this cigar. I want to know more about the vibrator.
It is a device for harnessing light and sound waves into a powerful force which will disintegrate any known material.
That could be used by me as a powerful weapon of destruction.
Yes.
Splendid. Where are the plans?
At home. In the safe.
Write down the combination. Gruber, you will take Professor Lyman out. He will obey your final instructions.
Yes. Step this way, Professor.
Farewell, Lyman. You'll find the plans in Lyman's safe. Here are the combinations. And take these Purple Death bombs with you. They'll be silent and effective weapons if anyone interferes.
Yes, sir.
This is what we're after.
Just a minute. Throw your gun in a corner.
You too.
Police Commissioner Dryden speaking.
This is Captain America.
What's that? Where are you?
Never mind that. Professor Lyman's life is in danger.
Professor Lyman is dead. He stepped off a curb in front of a truck.
Another Purple Death accident. Well, at least I've accounted for one of the gang. You'll find his body at Professor Lyman's house. That's all.
Get me the district attorney's office.
Office of the District Attorney. Gail Richards speaking.
Let me speak to the DA.
Mr. Gardner isn't here now, Commissioner, but I expect to hear from him shortly.
Well, tell him that Captain America's on the job. He just killed one of the Purple Death murderers.
I'll tell him. Calling Captain America.
Come in, Gail.
Commissioner Dryden just told me the news. You need any help?
I will as soon as I get back to the office. Have Davis there. I have an important clue for him to analyze.
Right. He'll be here.
This stuff is distilled from the cypripedium, a little-known orchid. Highly concentrated as fumes form a deadly poison which leave those purple splotches on the victim's face. Careful, don't drop it.
Is it that dangerous?
It surely is. One whiff is enough.
Do florists have this cypripedium plant?
A few might. It's very rare.
Fine. We'll trick the guilty one into showing his hand. Gail, you and I will visit the dealers in rare flowers in the morning.
I'm Gail Richards from the District Attorney's office.
Yes, Miss Richards?
We're trying to identify the plant from which this liquid was extracted. It may help in a criminal investigation.
Sorry, I can't identify it.
Thank you.
No, I don't recognize it.
Thank you very much.
May I help you, miss?
I'm from the District Attorney's office. I have a plant extract which we're trying to identify with a murder investigation.
I'm sorry, miss. I'm afraid I won't be able to help you.
I see you do know what the Purple Death Bomb is.
You fooled me, all right, but it isn't going to do you any good. Get in there. Don't talk. Move. Well, this dame's wise to our setup. Turn her around here. Tie her up.
Speaking.
The girl from the district attorney's office just came in. She had one of our Purple Death bombs and tricked me into showing my hand. What'll I do with her?
You have plenty of the extract? Use it.
I'm the district attorney. Miss Richards was to meet me here.
I haven't seen her.
I'll wait outside. Take me to Miss Richards. Get on the other side of the room.
This contains the Purple Death. Drop that gun or we'll all die.
The brilliant action of Grant Gardner, the district attorney, has exposed the source of the purple death poison. The cypripedium orchid from which it was derived will be destroyed wherever found. Mr. Gardner is conducting a searching investigation into the affairs and acquaintances of Professor Lyman, latest victim of the poison.
I've just come from the district attorney's office. He's questioning all the survivors of the main expedition.
He doesn't suspect us.
No. But we have something else to worry about. We are not the only ones who know the secret of Lyman's dynamic vibrator.
Is there another set of plans?
No. Worse than that. There's a working model which Lyman and his assistant Gregory constructed at Professor Dodge's laboratory. The district attorney is taking some technicians there tonight to see a demonstration and learn all about it.
But if they learn how it works,
then my secret weapon will no longer be a secret. And someone will ultimately devise another machine to counteract it. Therefore, the model and Gregory must be destroyed tonight.
That won't be difficult. The directions with these plans show how to step up the power of the machine so high that it'll destroy itself, along with the building and everyone in it.
But suppose Captain America is on the job again.
We know that Captain America gets information through the office of the district attorney. All I need do is to give the district attorney a tip about the scarab that will send Captain America off on a false scent. And that I have arranged to do tonight.
This is Eddie, Mr. Gardner. I've got a hot tip on those Purple Death killings. Can you come over? I'm afraid to leave here.
Where are you?
204 in the arcade rooming house.
All right. I'll be right over.
What's he got?
A tip on the scarab. I'll have to see him.
I don't like it, Grant. It might be a trap.
Don't worry. I'll be careful. I'll phone Gregory that you're bringing the technical men. Go ahead with the demonstration, and I'll be there as soon as I've seen Eddie.
Well, your phone call worked, all right. Here comes Captain America.
But I phoned the DA.
That's right. And Captain America shows up as we expected. Well, you served your purpose, Eddie. Come in. Come on in. Come on in.
Start talking. Who's your boss?
I don't know his name. Stop, the 2 bullets left.
Yes. I'll hit one presently.
Wait, I'll talk. His name is Maxim.
Keep talking.
He wanted to get you out of the way. They're pulling a big job at the office of a guy named Dodge. I don't know what it's all about.
Well, I do.
Good evening, Mr. Gregory.
Good evening, Miss Richards.
Mr. Merritt and Mr. Norden are here to witness your demonstration of the vibrator.
Oh, yes, the DA telephoned me. I'm glad you came. I alone know the secret of this machine, and it's a heavy responsibility. So, come this way, please. First, I'll show you how the machine works, and then I'll explain its construction. In a few minutes, we'll have generated sufficient power to destroy this miniature structure. Now, if you'll step this way, you will see the result of the demonstration.
deadly weapon in the hands of the scarab.
That's true. And when the plans were stolen from Professor Lyman, they contained instructions for stepping up the machine's power to 100 million volts. A force that would shatter a 20-story building like an eggshell.
Gregory's right, gentlemen. We have directions here, and we'll give you a demonstration of what this machine can do to this building. Now, the first one who starts anything gets it. Set the control panel.
You can't get away with this.
Now, get into the other room, all of you. Before we wreck this building, I want all of Professor Dodge's papers. Open that vault. I said open that vault. Get him. Get in the vault, all of you.
This is murder.
That's right. Wholesale murder. All set. Start it up. I'll get the car ready for our getaway. Now, don't leave until you're sure the machine is running okay. Right.
If that machine builds up to its full power, this building will collapse in a cloud of dust.
Hold it. Captain America.
What's happening in there?
Get over there.
Yes. Set point at 0. Left to 17. Right to 61. The vibrator. If it isn't shut off, the building will collapse.
Get out. I'll try to stop it.